I know I'm late to the baked oats trend, but I couldn't resist, so here's my recipe for super chocolatey and fudgy baked oats. So to start, just add a 1/4 cup of milk to a blender, followed by 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, some vanilla extract, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, and then for that super dark rich color and some extra vitamins, I'm using these BLK drops. Then add a 1/2 cup of rolled oats, a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, and some baking powder, and then just blend that until it's nice and smooth. Stir in a few tablespoons of chocolate chips if you'd like, pour it into a ramekin and bake it at 350 for around 20 minutes. I added a chocolate square for the last 5 minutes of baking so it's nice and melty when it comes out. And yeah, that's it. The full recipe is up on my site. I hope you try it.
My mother-in-law gave me this amazing chocolate cake recipe. 1 box chocolate cake. 1 box instant chocolate pudding. 3 eggs. 16 ounces sour cream. 1/3 cup oil. 1/2 cup water. 1 cup chocolate chips. Mixy mix. Grease pan and coat with flour. I do cocoa powder. Transfer batter to pan and bake at 350 for 50 to 60 minutes. Cool completely and watch part 2 for how I frost it.
What's up guys, today we're going to be making a molten lava cake. Grease your ramekins with butter, then dust with cocoa powder and set aside. Add chocolate chips and butter to a bowl and microwave until melted and stir until smooth. Add icing sugar and mix until combined, then add 1 egg and 1 egg yolk and mix these in. Add plain flour and cocoa powder and stir until just combined, then spoon the mix into 2 ramekins and bake for 12 minutes. Let it stand for 2 minutes, then flip it over and dust with icing sugar. And that's it. It was so good. Enjoy!
This video better be good. I might eat some of these chocolate chips later. Why is butter never aesthetic? I hate this color, ew. This is so hard to mix. I need a bigger bowl. Egg yolk. I want to touch it. My hands feel so sticky already. Why does it take so long to bake? STFU, you impatient rat. I need to come up with better transitions. OMG, the strawberries look so pretty. Loop, 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 loop.
My favorite chocolate cake. Make it with me. First, you're going to need 2 cups of sugar, 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder and baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cups of cocoa, 2 eggs, 1 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now you're going to beat this on medium for 2 minutes. Boil some water. And then you need 1 cup of boiling water. Stir that up. And you're going to bake it at 350 for about 35 minutes. This cake is so moist and delicious, and especially topped with ganache. And that's why
This dangerously easy molten chocolate lava cake is the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. Start by adding 2 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate and a 1/4 cup of butter to a bowl. Microwave it to melt it, then whisk it to combine. Then add in a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar and whisk until it's nice and smooth. Do the same for 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. Then add 3 tablespoons of flour and mix it until just combined. Divide the batter into 3 buttered cupcake tins and bake it at 450 for 8 minutes. Serve it immediately with some powdered sugar or ice cream, and that's it. The full recipe is on my Instagram. I hope you try it and let me know what you think.
If you've been looking for a super easy and super moist chocolate cake recipe, then you need to try this. I'm not exaggerating when I say that this is foolproof, and all you have to do is whisk all of your dry ingredients in a bowl. Once you've done that, just pour in some melted butter and some whisked eggs and give it a light mix. Then take some instant coffee granules, put it in some hot milk and pour that in and stir everything together. You should get a super smooth and light batter consistency. Then just pour it into a buttered and floured tin. Go ahead and bake it in the oven, and then while it cools, you can start your chocolate ganache. And this is just as easy. You add some hot cream to some chocolate, let it sit, and then give it a mix. I added some Nutella spread, and then I poured the ganache, and I was done. This is so decadent and so rich, and it really reminds me of that cake that's in the Matilda movie. I always get asked to share the chocolate cake and buttercream recipe that I use, so here it is. Start by mixing the butter and the sugar until it's all nice and fluffy, and then you throw in the eggs and then the baking powder, baking soda and salt. And then you make the buttermilk mixture, which is honestly the secret to a super moist cake. I mean, it's not really a secret anymore, but you know. So you mix half of the flour and then you add all of the buttermilk mixture, and then you end with the rest of the flour and you divide them into your tins and bake them. Now onto the buttercream. You want to mix the butter until it's nice and smooth, and then add in the cocoa powder and the icing sugar. Pour in the double cream with the cooled melted chocolate and then whip it all together and you're done. This recipe does make enough buttercream to fill and ice 3 cakes, so if you don't want that much you can just half it, but that's basically it.